Hello, my little chickadees and chickadudes, and everything in between. All are welcome here. I have some fun things to talk about. There have been some updates. Things have been happening. So, um, oh my gosh, where to begin? Where to begin? Um, First of all, I have to say that I feel that a rabbit hole is coming. I feel like I'm about to be jumping headfirst into a rabbit hole. What is this rabbit hole, you ask? It's Pilot. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of backstory. Years ago, I tried a fountain pen for the very first time, and the one that I tried was a Pilot Kakuno. It was a fine nib, nothing special, and I just used the standard black ink cartridge, and it wasn't love. You know, I didn't fall in love with fountain pens. It didn't do anything to spark that love. I didn't fall down the fountain pen rabbit hole, so to speak. I was bored with it. I used it and I thought, well, I don't understand why this is so special. You know, it's just a black ink. That was probably my problem. And this is why I maintain that when you are trying to introduce people to the hobby, you should recommend them. In my opinion, in my personal opinion, I think you should ask them, are they someone that's interested in different ink colors? And if so, try to get them something that is more beginner friendly to put colors of ink into, um, and introduce them to ink samples and stuff like that. Anyway, that's a different tangent. So, yes, years ago, I tried a Pilot Kakuno, didn't love it, and never tried fountain pens again until years later. And I have been kind of itching to try another Pilot pen. So for my birthday, which was last month, I got a Pilot Prera, and I'm going to show you this Pilot Prera. This is a pink Pilot Prera. I got this on Amazon. My husband got this for my birthday. And as you can see, I've kept the sticker on there. Although, given what's happened, I might want to take it off at this point. So that stands for, I guess, cursive medium, maybe? Something like that. It's basically, I think, Pilot's version of like a stub nib. So I got it with that nib because I really wanted to try it. However, it's on me, okay? It's on me. I didn't realize that stub nibs don't really have tipping material. If you are new to fountain pens and you do not know what tipping material is, I will try to show you. I might have to pull out my little microscope thingy here for this. I will try to show you quickly. This is like a tiny little microscope. Let's see here. Let's pull her up here. Okay, so on the nib, do you see how there's this little rounded part at the end of it? At the very pointy point of it? That's called tipping material. Well, if you don't have an accent, it's called tipping material. Tipping material. And it basically exists to make your writing experience smooth. I'm sorry, it's kind of having trouble focusing here. But long story short, the little rounded end on the end of your fountain pen, it's called tipping material, and it makes the pen go across the paper real smoothly. And some fountain pen nib types, particularly stub nibs, do not have this tipping material, which I did not know. So that's on yours truly. I had to find out the hard way. So when I got this, I inked it up on my birthday. I was so excited to try it. All I knew, I thought that I was going to be writing with this super broad nib and have like this amazing writing experience. It was not so, my friends. It was not so. I put the pen to paper and I couldn't even squeak out any ink. I mean, I'm so embarrassed. I swear there's going to be someone watching this thinking, this girl's so stupid. She don't know nothing about how to use a stub nib. She's holding the pen wrong. She's using it wrong, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm sorry, okay? Point and laugh, Peanut Gallery. Point and laugh. Because I didn't know. So I didn't know what to do. I felt bad because I thought, geez, I love the way this pen looks. It's so cute. I love the little pink accents on it. I like that you can see the ink inside. And I didn't know what to do. So I'll tell you what I did, family. I'll tell you what I did. I went into my old drawer where I keep old pens that I don't use. I dug through that drawer and I found my old Pilot Kakuno from all them years ago. I took the nib off of it and put it in this. And lo and behold, it changed everything. It writes so beautifully. I was really stunned. So the nib that I have on it now, if it'll focus, it's a fine nib, if you can see the little F there in the bracket. So I have a fine Pilot Kakuno nib on my stub Pilot Prera. We have a little inbreeding going on. Let me just show you a little writing sample. This is my planner yesterday. I have it currently inked with Pilot Iroshizuku Murasaki Shikabu, which is one of my favorite purpley lilac-y inks. It's so pretty. It's like a medium purple. It's just so pretty. And it writes so fine. And the ink flows so nice. And I really love it. So, since that happened, let me tell you what's happened. A few things have slipped into my Amazon cart, namely another Pilot Kakuno. This is a new one. I didn't have an extra converter, so I just emptied the cartridge and put it back in here. And then I even have, if I can reach it, I even bought this one because I just thought the yellow was so cheery. These are both medium nibs. I am typically more of a medium nib girl, but I really love this fine nib. I never thought I would. I'm so shocked. But we're going to see how we get along here with the medium. I just really wanted to try it. And, I need to get some converters for these, but whatever. So, long story short, this is going to stay kind of put away. I don't know when we're going to use it. But this is being inked up today. I'm going to do a currently inked, and I have been cleaning out a few pens that needed to be rotated out. And I'm going to put 2 pens in my rotation today. And I have 2 inks. I have 2 inks that I need to talk about. So, the first ink that I want to talk about is one that I have tried, and upon first attempt, we didn't get along too great, and that is it really surprised me as well. It's Wearingul's Alice in Wonderland Alice ink. This surprised me because I have tried 2 other inks from Wearingul, and they wrote beautifully. They had great flow, they looked beautiful and vibrant, and we didn't have any issues. So I am wondering if it was the nib. The pen that I put it in is this is a double broad iridescent Kaweco Sport. I mean, this nib is a big house cat of a nib. I mean, it's real big. So if it's not going to flow through there, I don't know. But I have put one other ink in here, and it didn't flow great either. But that ink was very, 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 very dry. And that ink was Ferris Wheel Press Blushing Mushroom. I found that ink to be so dry. So, I don't know. I'm curious if maybe this nib has flow issues, if the tines are a little too tight. I don't know. So I was just thinking, I thought, I love the way, I love the color of this ink, this Alice ink. I'm not ready to give up on this yet. So I thought, I'm going to try it in something else. I'm going to try it in a pen that I know has a real good nib and flows real good and handles sparkle well. And that's my Faber-Castell. This has a medium nib. And it's currently still really gunked up. This probably needs to be flushed, really. But I have put Snowy Mountain Sunset in this, which is a glitter bomb of an ink, and it flowed beautifully. So I don't know. We're gonna try. We're gonna see what happens. Now the other ink that I want to talk about that I'm adding to my rotation is something that's brand new. I have not tried this yet. I swatched it on a coloring card, but like I have not put it in a nib or anything. But I'm really excited. Like I'm so jazzed about this. This is Van Diemen's Night Series Dawn. This ink is so interesting to me. Let me see if I have a swatch of this. Let me pull out my little coloring card here. And I'll show you, let me show you Alice while I'm at this. Sorry, my chair is squeaking up a storm. It sounds like a starving mouse. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so this is the Van Diemen Night Series Dawn ink. I'm so intrigued at this ink. Like, it's just, I feel like it's calling to me. Like I hear it in the night calling to me or something. I'm so interested in this ink because it's kind of like a pink, kind of like a red, but it sheens. Look at the sheen on this. I'm trying to see if the light will catch it. There's this ring of sheen on here. And if you look really close at the letters, even like the letters sheen. I wrote this with a glass dip nib. But it seems like it's sheening. So I'm real interested to see what that's going to look like in here. And I think this is a pretty cute match. You know, get my matchy on here. Okay, now let me just show you Alice. Because I have a swatch of it on my coloring cards. Let me just pull it out here. I know it's, here we go. Okay, so this is what it looked like on the coloring card. It's like a medium blue. I don't feel like this is too pale. At least that's not my feeling. You know, this feels readable. It feels like it would have a decent amount of saturation. Well, I don't know. Now that I'm looking at it, if you look at the bottom part where it's very desaturated, I don't know. I'm nervous. But I'm really craving this color. I'm craving some sort of like a stormy blue, like a stormy bluey rain cloudy type of bluey gray color. And this is about the close that I have right now. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Okay, I'm gonna start with Alice. Alice does have gold in it, but I think I'm going to try to avoid very much sparkle, so I'm not going to shake this very much. I'll tip it a couple times, and that's it. I'm really not going to agitate it very much, because I'm just so worried about this flow. I don't know how this is going to go. But we're going to try. I'm not ready to quit you. I'm just going to... Okay, well, I don't think I even grabbed anything. Hold on. Okay, we're grabbing something. I don't want to get too big of a fill. I'm scared to do like a big fill because I don't know, I'm just a big goofy goober like that, I guess. I should have gotten tissue paper. Let me... Okay, so I've got a bit of a fill, like 3/4 of the way or something. I need to get a napkin. That's what I should have done, is had a little napkin out ready, because I'm about to get my hands all inked up. Ugh, it's all wet. Off camera, I'm wiping this on my raggedy t-shirt. So just bear with me for a moment. Por favor. Okay. I'm going to cap this for a moment. And I'm going to bring up my ink journal. And I am going to, before I forget, I wanted to update on my ink journal. So I've been trying to get into ink journaling and I couldn't figure out like an ink journaling format that was working for me. And I tried a few different things, but I think I've landed on something that I'm really liking and feeling creatively inspired by. And I have to give credit to Simone at Simone. She I was watching her videos and her ink journaling videos, and I got really inspired and interested by her format. So I took some inspiration from that, and I have been kind of doing this format. Ignore these; these are just pen test pages. Okay, so what I've been doing is I've been doing this sort of like ink splatter, ink exploration, for lack of a better term. And I kind of just put some splatters on the page and I write down what ink it is. And then I do like a writing sample with a little quote from a poem that reminds me of the ink, the name of the ink, or the color of the ink. And I'm really liking these kind of little, it's almost like Rorschach patterns. I don't know, it's interesting. And I used to be super, super, super into poetry. So this is really fun. It's getting me into poetry again, and I'm reading new poems as well as rereading old poems that I haven't read in a long time. This is Wayfarer. I mean, what a stunner. I love this ink so much. Okay, I'm just gonna straight away on this page. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna zoom you in here. Whoop, that's the wrong way. Okay, this is the right way. Let's see if it will write. I'm so nervous. Please, if it'll focus. I'm going to scooch over here. And I think I'm going to zoom in even more. Is this blurry? Is this too... How's this? How are we looking here? Okay. This is a lot better, I will say. It's a little bit less saturated than I would love, but I'm gonna keep on with it because this is already loads better than it was doing in my Kaveco. I mean, it's writing, it feels pretty juicy, it has good flow, and it feels smooth. It's just a tiny bit lighter, and I don't know, maybe we're gonna get some really interesting shading as we write with it, but we're just gonna see. We're just gonna see what happens with this pen and ink as I write with it over the next few weeks. Okay, now I really, really want to put this in here. And I'm not sure, I'm going to close this because I'm nervous about making a mess. I'm trying to figure out if I want to dip the pen into this and just try to squeeze the cartridge to get the ink up in there. Or do I want to take the cartridge out and put the ink up in there with like a syringe? I'm not sure. I'm worried that if I try to put the ink in there with a syringe, it's not going to saturate the nib and feed very well, and it's not going to want to write for me. That's kind of my experience with Kakunos. So we're gonna try this. I don't know how well this is going to work. I don't know if it's working at all. I'm just going to keep trying here. It sure is getting my fingers messy. I know that much. Come on, you stupid little piece of crap. Okay, so this is what I think we're going to try. I have squeezed the daylights out of it, and I know that there's a little bit of ink in that feed, but I don't think it got up. Okay, maybe there's a little. It's not, I don't think it's reaching the chamber very well, if you know what I mean. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Let me wait for a minute here and see if the ink will drip down from the feed to the chamber here. I don't feel like that's a very good feel. Okay, so we're going to do a little half and half, right? Because we've got the nib and feed saturated. So I'm going to take this out. I'm just going to dip my nib back in there. This is so messy. Ugh. Making a mess. And I'm going to draw up some of it into my syringe. Okay. Oop, that might have been too much. Let's see here. Okay, that is plenty. Oh my gosh. And then I'm just going to take my nib and feed out of this. Turn her upside down. Put my little... Oh my gosh, I almost spilled my ink sample. Wow. My fingers look crazy right now. I need an ink pet. That's what I need. And oh Lord, I'm getting ink everywhere. Shoo. Okay. Give me a moment. I'm gonna try and wipe off some of this excess ink. Focus, please. My camera is not wanting to focus. Hello? Give me just a second. Let me clean off the end of my pen here. Okay. That looks wonderful. Absolutely nailed it. And by nailed it, I mean soiled it. Foobar. Oh my gosh, I'm getting stains on my desk. Okay. I am going to go back to my pen test page here. Okay. My hand is so stained with ink, it's like leaving stains on the page. Ugh. Okay, now let's try this out. I'm going to zoom you in again. Maybe a little more than that. Okay. And let's see if that will focus. Oh boy. Oh yes. Oh, this is just flowing. This is just flowing. I'm loving this. Okay, so this is Van Diemen's Night Series. Dawn. Okay, this looks really good. Let me zoom you out to normal and bring my page up here because it seems to focus better and have better quality. I feel like on camera, the camera is picking this ink up as more red, just red. But in person, you can see the pinkiness, like the pink hue to this ink. Nevertheless, I really like it. I really like it. It flows really good. I mean, it's just pouring out of this nib. It feels great, and I'm so impressed. I'm really surprised at how flowy it is upon like just inking up. Okay. So, now that we have that, I'm feeling confident that we have a solid lineup for currently inked. So let's do a currently inked, shall we? These are my pens for this month. The rest of them have already been inked up and I've been using them for a few days. So, let me clear some of this stuff out of the way. And let me grab a marker. Where's my little buddy? Here we go, my little Tombow Fudenosuke. So we're in August. Oh my gosh, I'm getting ink all over the page still. I am so sorry. Let's zoom in. I'm also going to just lower the camera because I feel like the zoom function makes things just a little bit blurrier. Okay. That's good enough. Okay. So the first, I'm just going to pull one out. I'm not even looking. Oh, all right. I pulled out my very first one. So this is a Pilot Kakuno. This is a medium nib. This ink is Van Diemen's Night Series. You know, now that I'm thinking about this, I know that Van Diemen's reformulated a lot of their inks and retired some of them. And now I'm getting nervous that this ink is like not available. Which is going to make me feel like panicked because I'm really liking it. Okay, so that's our first one. First pen. Next. Dun, 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 dun. Now this is a fun one. This is another one of the pens I got for my birthday. This is a TWSBI Eco with a medium nib. I'm telling y'all, I really love medium nibs. I think that's like my sweet spot. Ooh, look at that blue, that teal. And this is a classic. This is a classic. This is Waringall's Wayfarer. This ink is sold out everywhere all the time. Look how beautiful it is in that pen. Sparkly, sparkly. Alright. Next pen. Okay, we got a Jinhao. This is an ink that I just keep using. I can't seem to get away from it. Alright, so this is a Jinhao 82. This is Diamond's Twilight. Oh, this is also a medium nib. Should put that there. This has been inked for a while. It's just such a good, like, daily driver. Okay, next up is the little Pilot Prera. I feel like this this ink, this Van Diemen's Night Series Dawn, would look really cute in this Pilot Prera as well. But that's okay. And this is actually not a medium nib. This is a fine. The ink is Iroshizuku, Murasaki, Shikaboo. Next, we have a problem child. A problem child indeed. This ink is such a headache. I feel like an idiot that I bought an entire bottle of this. Okay, so this is a TWSBI Eco. This is a medium nib. This ink is Ferris Wheel Press, which I am just going to abbreviate that as FWP. And this ink is Blushing Mushroom. But Daisy, why do you say that it's a problem? It looks like it's writing on the page just fine. Yeah, it is now. I had to absolutely drench my pen with Van Ness White Lightning to get that to go through. This is the driest ink I have ever used. It is so frustrating. And I just don't think that you should have to do that. I feel like an ink should be flowy enough to write out of the box. I think it's ridiculous to expect the customer to have to fiddle with the ink and just drench it with like a lubricating additive to get it to flow. That's just me. Okay, next is another Jinhao 82. Love these things. They're like $2 on AliExpress. I call them my little poor man sailors. Okay. Can you guess what this ink is? It's a very popular ink. One of the most popular inks, I should say. This is another medium nib. This doesn't look very good on this paper, but it looks good on very drier papers. But on this paper, it feathers like crazy because it's also a very dry ink that I had to absolutely shoot to the moon with White Lightning. This ink is Sailor. Do you know it yet? Do you know it yet? Okay, here's another hint. Manyo. Okay, you've got to know it by now. Haha. It's Sailor Manyo Haha. It's an ink that I feel, I'm still trying to work out how I feel about it. We have a love-hate relationship. And lastly is my Faber-Castell. Ooh, this looks so pretty. This looks nice. Like, I like this color when it's flowing like this. Okay, so this is the Faber-Castell grip. This is a medium nib. This ink is Wearing Wool. Wow, this is flowing so nice right now. Alice, it looks really good, you guys. I like this. Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy. I feel so pleased that I gave it a second chance. I feel like we're gonna. Oh, it looks so good. It's flowing so much better. I feel like this color and this ink and this flow and this not feathering, it's what I want out of Sailor Man Yo Haha, but unfortunately we just can't get there. Um, oh, it looks nice. Oh, and look, I don't know if you can see this, but there's even just a touch of sparkle coming through. Oh, there it is. There's a little bit of sparkle coming through. I like it. I feel really glad that I didn't give up on that ink sample and that I gave it another chance because I feel like we're going to get along really well now. Okay, so let me zoom you back out. Okay, so this is our August currently inked. I'm not going. Hold on, it's not zoomed in. Come on, focus. I'm down here. I'm not going for like a cohesive color scheme or palette this month at all. I'm just kind of throwing stuff in pens and seeing what happens, I guess. I know some people do themes and colors and seasonal color palettes, and maybe I'll do that eventually, but this month is really just kind of wild card month. We're just kind of seeing what I like, playing with some samples, and that's all she wrote. I'm off to wash my hands because this is just crazy. And it's really interesting how much different this color is pulling on camera because in my lens, I'm looking at it here and it looks so red. But in person, it looks so pink. It looks like a very hot Barbie pink. But in the camera, it looks just red, which is so interesting to me. I just find that so interesting. Maybe if I take this out of the back, and sometimes, like, if you put something against a white background, it'll show the color properties more accurately. I don't think it's helping at all, actually. Oh well, you'll just have to take my word for it. That is so interesting. Okay. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Leave me a comment if you want about anything. I don't know. If you have made it this far, you are seriously, you're something else, okay? You are a real one, a homie. Everyone take care. Be good. See y'all later. Bye.